everyone, welcome to part 2 of Helldivers 2 Weapon Stereotypes. As I have explained in the last video, we are doing secondaries and grenades in this video. Now, of course, when I ended up saying all of that in the last video, I did not realize how much content was actually going to be released in that time frame. So we have both the Truth Enforcers and Urban Legends and the Killzone crossover that I'm actually not going to be explaining in this video. Those are going to get their separate video after this series is over. If I needed to explain why or why not, there is going to be no weapons from there. So this video, just like last video, is going to be all the way up to chemical agents. And we will start from there. Of course, obligatory disclaimer, I've already said this in the last video, stereotypes don't mean everyone, do not harass other people in games because they use a particular weapon or grenade, blah blah blah, you've already heard this before. Anyway, Helldivers 2 Stereotypes, Part 2, let's get the thing going. The most underused pistol in the game, and likely for good reason. No one seems to care about this pistol, warranted its trash in comparison to the secondaries. If you see someone using this thing, they are likely a new player or somebody who is really trying hard to look like one. Some people still swear that the Uzi is the best secondary in the game, despite there being better options for already the same purpose, those being the Bushwhacker, both melees, hell, even the dagger and the crisper. This guy is likely either a new player or reminiscing about the times this thing was actually good. Was good, still is good. A lot of people even think it's overpowered because of how it's the only equipable item with heavy armor penetration. Suffice it to say that this is the secondary that most average divers choose, and it still holds up good today. It went from trash to mid. You are likely not going to see this thing on divers unless they're doing a laser build, in which case, props to them. The thing is, it's not terrible, maybe even deserves a little bit better than what it's actually getting right now. There are two types of divers that end up using the grenade pistol. One of them is the absolute demolitionist. This guy runs absolutely nothing but democratic detonation weapons and armor, and he is always packed with all four of the barrage stratagems, regardless of what the situation calls for. The other people are the ones that are actually good at the game and realize that the grenade pistol is one of the best utilizing support weapons in the entire game. Everybody who knows me and also plays Helldivers 2 knows that I had a really bad experience when this thing's Warbond ended up coming out. But hey, thankfully this actually ended up getting a turnaround and it's now a better Peacemaker basically. We're just going to be taking a moment of silence to think about all of the Viper Commandos that ended up using these two weapons when the Viper Commandos Warbond first ended up coming out. Thank you very much. Now, why am I mentioning the Viper Commandos here? Well, I ended up putting these two together because you are never going to see these two used unless it's in conjunction with a Viper Commandos loadout. So, if anybody is using this, they are also either wearing the Predator and the Bushwhacker, and they are likely using the Liberator Carbine as their primary. Same thing as before, but with Freedom of Flame instead of Viper Commandos. So, inflammable armor, any of the two incendiary grenades, basically the flamethrowers, their stratagems, you name it. You never see anybody using this. Why? Because they get kicked immediately as soon as they join the game. The standard grenades that most casual divers end up using. To be quite honest, it's kind of hard to find a diver that isn't at least familiar with this type of grenade. Even though there are absolutely better options, these ones are actually quite universal. best grenade in the starter war bonds. The impact grenade is ridiculously good when it comes to clearing out hordes of enemies in an amount you need to be quick. Now, it is absolutely overshadowed by the thermite and the gas grenade, but even then, it's still a really good grenade, and anybody using it would very likely agree. Now we have a problem. I genuinely have never seen anybody use this grenade. I actually can't even form a stereotype out of it because I don't know what kind of player would use this because I don't have any players that did use this. So take this with a grain of salt, but I'm guess the scouts could use this. You were having trouble on the bug side, and the standard grenades were not doing enough for you, so you ended up picking Steeled Veterans, ended up picking up this Incendiary grenade, and thought that it would end up changing your absolute life there. However, you quickly realized it was underwhelming, and the Impact Incendiary was a lot better. Anybody who uses the Impact Incendiary is actually the ones who really want a little bit of flame off with their loadout, so, well, refer back to the CRISPR if we want to see that stereotype. This grenade is part of the meta, and it basically means that the very, very hefty average amount of Helldivers would end up using this thing if they actually know how to use it right. Actually, you can realize if you look at the wiki, you would see that this thing has level 6 armor penetration, which means it actually works on anything if you can throw it right. The only good thing to come out of chemical agents, the gas grenade is actually a really, really good grenade, considering the fact that it does damage over time, confuses the enemy, actually has a good explosion radius, can take down objectives, you name it. This grenade is an all-in-one, and I'm honestly kind of surprised less people are actually using it. And there you go, that is secondaries and grenades for you. So, just like last time, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all the things to make sure the video hits the algorithm for you guys. In the meantime, I will see you when part 3 comes out. Peace out, everyone. Have a good one.